There he is.
Matt. Hey, sorry, a couple
Yo,
minutes late.
no
How you
worries.
doing?
Good. I like it. I like it on the walk.
On the move, yeah. We'll see how long the weather holds out. It looks like it's about to start getting a little rainy.
Oh,
Maybe I can outrun it.
maybe. It's 67 degrees and sunny out here, so
Oh, all right.
definitely different. Yeah, I mean, it goes from like in the morning, it's like in the mid 30s, and in the afternoon, it's in the mid 70s. So
Yeah. Oh, what a shift. Do you feel
that's
that in your
just,
body? Like, you know,
no, I'm not
in any
outside
kind of way?
enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
fortunately, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably really good for you, right? To spend some time out in the kind of crisp temperature. I hear all this. I'm not into it myself, but I hear so much about uh ice water plunges and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, ice water bath. Yeah, one of the um traders that I watch, he's all into those.
Okay. And what? He
He
said it's
loves them.
great.
He does every time he lives by them. He even has videos of himself going into the bath. He has like this old, those old refrigerators, those old
Okay.
outdoor refrigerators. He loads it up with ice and he just sits in it.
Oh, wow. So he's got it laying down on its side, on its back.
Well, he's kind of like in a, like it looks like he's in a tub when he does it. But it's, you ever seen those old, like maybe it's a freezer. Those old freezers, the kind you have in
Oh,
your
and
garage. You
it
can lift
has
them open.
flips open. Okay.
Yeah, it's like an old broken one. And he just uses it. He just fills it up with ice water whenever he uses it. And just dumps
Yeah,
in.
that's perfect.
It is. It's a good deal. Were you
I
able to
can't
watch?
handle that stuff.
Yeah, I
I
can't.
do like the crisp air though,
Oh, the
on
crisp
occasion.
air. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. If I was out there, I'd be going out and it just like for like 20
yeah.
minutes or something. Just it's something about that, it really I don't it probably like constricts your blood vessels or something. Isn't that what's going
Well,
on?
it's like cold showers, right? Like I forget where I read it because I used to be all into the nutrition thing, right? And the
Yeah.
exercise, physiological changes and how to like maximize muscle growth and adaptation. But it's that
Oh
adaptation
yeah.
portion. It's where, like, if you go from like working out to a cold shower, like it helps the body, like, I don't know, regular, or like it shocks the body, so the body then has to make like a greater adaptation. So like if you can think of like the normal distribution curve, right? Like a standard deviation bell curve. If our body lives in this standard deviation bell curve, then nothing really changes. But if we start pushing the outliers to be more part of the standard distribution curve, then our standard distribution curve is going to grow. And so our body's going to try and adapt that much, like that much more. But it has to be a whole bunch of occurrences and it has to be, far out the outliers. So it looks like it's starting to rain, buddy.
Oh yeah, getting soaked over here.
Oh boy, how far away are you from home?
Oh, I don't know, not far enough. Anyway, yeah, I'm okay though. I like the rain.
Oh, that's good.
You
Yeah, but
know,
that's kind
go
of
ahead.
why I think it works. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not a scientist.
because uh-huh. So what were some of the tricks you do to you said gain muscle, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it was all about adaptation. So, like muscle shock stuff. So you know, I experimented a lot with like, gosh, I can't remember what it's called. Like where you would do the negatives. I guess that's what it's called, negative proportion of the rep. Like you'd overload the
Right.
weight, like maybe 5-10% of what you could handle,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you would
yeah.
just
And
go
just
through the
kick it up
negative
with your hip.
motion.
Right.
And then you'd have your spotter just push you back up. Like if you were squatting, you'd take out, like, let's say your max is like this, for hypothetical purposes, your max is 300, and then you put on like 330 on the rack, and then you take it
Yeah.
down all the way, and then you just have a friend help you on the way up, and then you go on like 5 reps or so on the negative portion, just like holding it and going down to the bottom of the rep. So we would do
Right.
that. We would do like just every aspect of your exercise that you could tweak. We do like 50 reps of like,
Okay.
something super small, and then just go for like the burn. And then the next week we would
Right.
do like, the negatives, and the next week we do like a 1 rep max. We do all kinds of stupid stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I look back at it now and think that we probably overcomplicated our training.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, you know, when you're 25, your body can handle almost anything you throw at it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I've been kind of doing the well, it's sort of off because I'm really only working each body part once a week.
I remember you said that.
And yeah. So I was talking about that, right? But then I was watching YouTube and they had you know, Thomas D. Lauer.
Is he a like a fitness?
He's like a keto intermittent fasting guy, right? And yeah, fitness enthusiast. So he was talking about this. He calls it you know, the buzzword is protocol, right? So the protocol he's doing for his post lift protein shake, and it's crazy because it's like protein plus leucine, you know, the essential.
Right. It's the biggest one of the four.
Yeah.
The one that they say has the most like glucose metabolism. It causes the most insulinogenic release.
Right. So protein, leucine, and then what else was there? Salt, glucose, fructose, and oh gosh, creatine. How's that, right? And it's supposed to you know, yeah, just create the insulin spike, yeah, and load a bunch of protein. Hopefully.
Yeah, we my friends and I, we would buy from NutriPlanet and from bodybuilding.com. We'd buy like all the individual amino acids, so like lysine, you know, leucine, glutamine, and we would make like our own concoction of like pre-workout, intra-workout, and then post-workout. You know, we'd have like these three. I'd have like these three like bottles, like literally one was for before workout, one was for like the first like half an hour of workout, and then the next one would be like immediately when the weight touched the rack, the last rep was done, that drink, and then like 30 minutes after my you know, when I would take a shower and get changed, drink. So it's like you can go, like I was like when I lived in Japan and did the jet program, like you would think that I was like prepping for like some kind of a competition or something with the amount of like, you know, work, dedication, like craziness that I had, you know, achieved. I was like, all my stuff was measured out. I had the digital scale. I had all the little like teaspoon.
You measured all your food.
I measured all the amino acids. I'd make my own little like, you know, pre-workout every day. Every day I'd come to the school office with like 2 like water bottles filled with like protein shakes of my own making, and like it was ridiculous. Great.
And how'd it go though? Did you get some good results?
I mean, yeah,
I remember you being a pretty thick guy.
Yeah, for you know 3 years I was up there, 2 years, 2.5 years I was probably doing it really seriously. I mean it's probably the reason why today I still look like I do, because just, you know, if you're in it for like that long, your body just tends to make permanent adaptations. So, you know, now I don't work out at all and don't eat very much. You know, I don't
work out at all anymore.
I mean, I'll do like in the morning when I wake up. Well, not right when I wake up, but like after I take the kids and the wife to work, come home, it's like within like, you know, about 2 hours of me waking up, I'll do like this morning I did 50 squats, just body weight squats, and then 50 push-ups, and then that's it.
That's no joke.
I mean, it's just to keep up. Whenever I like take out the rubbish or something, I'll run back, you know, just to give myself a sprint. Just super like non like what you consider a workout. Just you know, to keep my body kind of understanding that this is potentially still a possibility that you will have to do. So that's how I look at it. Like I told my wife, it's kind of I guess it's kind of sad in a way. Like my body and my brain are very much in a survivorship mentality. Like that is how I survive. Like, I just like find out everything, right? I just think, okay, what is worst case scenario? How do I make sure that I'm at least prepared for that? And that's how I
Yeah.
function. It's not healthy, like mentally, probably, to like
Mm-hmm.
live or project or think of the worst case scenario all the time. But until I get some real therapy going and some cognitive behavioral adjustments, that's just how my brain naturally lives. So like I said, the squats I do in the morning, I tell everybody the reason why I squat in the morning and do push-ups in the morning is because if ever something happened, like not really if ever something happened, just through life degradation, I don't want to be reliant on somebody when I'm like just the age of 60 that I can't even get off the toilet or get out of bed without like help. Like I don't want to be that person.
Oh, yeah. I was hearing something about how there's a strong correlation between hand strength and longevity.
It
Did you
could
ever hear
be.
anything like that?
No, but I know grip strength is something that
Yeah.
a lot of when I was working out, that was one of the main things that I needed to make sure. So I would never use well, I'll take that back. I used to use grips where like you wore like a strap and then there was something to here to help you
Okay.
hold the weight. But
Yeah.
I would never not be able to use or to hold that weight without or with if I took this off, I still needed to be able to hold and do that much weight. That little extra helper thing would be to when my grip would weaken, I would
Mm-hmm.
use it to tax the rest of my body. But I would
Yeah.
never be at a point where like if I was deadlifting, because I could deadlift like I don't know, 475 or something. So I would never be able to I would always able to deadlift 475 without the grips. It's just that when I would do
Okay.
like reps at like 315 or 385, I would use
Yeah.
the grips because I was training more of the motion in the back than I was training the grip. And then I would have a separate grip
Right.
training kind of like regimen, like farmers walk and like
Everything
other workouts.
prescribed correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and like I said, I was very very like methodical. Like I could think of all of these different things because when you're in it like that, like sounds like you're digging in that rabbit hole. So you're digging your way down that rabbit hole. So I'm sure you'll have a new
Nah.
2022 um correct methods of workout, whereas mine are back from like 2010. Back when you remember forums. Do you remember like
Which forums?
forums, just in general, forums?
Just using forums?
Yeah,
Yeah.
community
Yeah.
forums.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. They still
That
have that stuff, don't they?
they do, but
Okay.
it's not like it used to be. Like I
Oh.
remember having to go to forums to get
I mean,
information.
like Reddit's a forum, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
Reddit's like the only forum kind of left. Like the
Quora.
Reddit's like Medium, Quora. Well,
Huh?
Medium's more like a blogging site, but like I remember when like I would just be part of different forums, and you create
Yeah.
your own avatar, and you would post, and you'd have like a community, and you could post big questions, and people would have like a long response or like
Right.
responses. I feel like
Right.
that has been replaced. I
Uh-huh.
guess not 100% because like you said, there's still Reddit, but I feel like that primarily was replaced. I feel like if I said that, oh yeah, I used to be on the bodybuilding forum, it'd be like bodybuilding forums. What are
Oh yeah.
those? Like I used to be on Anabolic Minds, which was NutriPlanet's bodybuilding forum. Bodybuilding.com had bodybuilding.com forums. So I used to be on those things back, in the day, 2009,
Yeah.
10, 11. And I feel like those things have primarily been replaced with like each, I mean, they're still there, obviously, but most people are more active like on, I would say, like their Instagram account, probably, like their
Oh yeah.
personalities, right? The people who they
That's the
hire to
thing, yeah.
create the programs.
People like posting videos of their workouts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't
I would
get it.
post
Like
videos of my
I
workout.
don't oh yeah, I guess.
2010,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, like bro, I probably have the funniest looking face like every time I'm lifting weights. I'm just like
Yeah. that's
It's
okay.
like I'm taking a dump or something.
That's okay as long as you don't. I mean that's okay. That's okay as long as you don't have one of those moments where you blow out your colon or blow out your temporal vein. I feel like
Oh, no way.
it's what people do. It's what people show. I mean,
Yeah. That's the
unless you're
only way
like,
I know.
yeah, I can't remember what that guy's name is. Guy who played like he's an actor, but he's also super buff. I just can't remember his
Who's
name
that?
now. If I remember, I'll let you know. But he every time he lifts, it just looks like he's so like poised. Like I
Poised.
watched like this guy Chris Gethin. He's the guy that kind of got me on the measuring everything and being super precise. Chris Gethin is like this guy from Wales, England. He's what was that?
Is he big?
He's not that big. I mean, he's
Okay.
supposedly 100% natural, so that could probably be why.
Oh,
Hang
yeah.
on, I'm looking at my Instagram right now to see if I can find the dude. Well, Lane Norton is one of the guys I first started following. Lane Norton is a PhD in nutrition. He's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He still bodybuilds to this day. He's around 40, 42. Well, he power lifts more so now than anything. But he still keeps up his physique. Oh geez, yeah, I can't find him for some reason. He must have like either not posted on Instagram for a while or something. But
I like watching the video. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna
And
just
so
say,
what?
but yeah, no, I was just gonna say, yep, he must not be posting right now because I can't find him.
Yeah. I like watching these videos of these guys, these really big, the power, not just power lifter, but strongman guys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see these videos where they're eating breakfast?
Probably
So incredible. Just
like that the strongest man alive,
right?
dude.
Yeah, they eat like animals. My gosh,
Egg,
so much food.
yep, 2 packs of bacon.
Yeah, like
Well,
6,000 calories or something, right?
a lot of times, well, when I would when I was so my diet regimen when I was not trying to lose body fat, I would actually eat probably close to 7 to 8,000 calories a day, and
Whoa!
I would work out about 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, that's
So
good.
if you could imagine, like, well, 'cause the philosophy again behind doing stuff like that is so that when you start dieting, you can start at a higher caloric intake. So if your body is used to let's say absorbing 6 to 7,000 calories a day,
Yeah,
when you start cutting back, like let's say you're eating like that for 3 months, and your body kind of plateaus. Like my body plateaued at about 220, eating that much. I couldn't gain any more weight at 220. When I
wow,
started
not
losing
bad.
weight, yeah, when I started losing weight, I could eat about 28 to 3,000 calories and still drop below 200 pounds. So I was able to
Right.
cut back. You drop like 1,000 calories in the first week, kind of get that instant boost, like a 5 pound drop, and then you kind of got to play with, because I never really wanted to lose too much strength, right?
Mhm.
And then I mean, granted, at my lowest it was like 180, I think maybe 175, but I was eating
Okay.
like 1,800 calories, so it was not fun. It was like a terrible, to me anyway, it was a
Oh,
terrible
really?
way to live, 1,800 a day.
I love 1,800 calories, man.
Yeah, I mean now I'm probably eating barely 2,000 every day,
Yeah.
to be honest. But at that time, I was working out, I was more active, so that 1,800 calories
Yeah.
to me felt like nothing. It felt like I was living on
Really.
fumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the philosophy on why you eat so much, is so your body has excess, and if it does have excess, it'll just
Uh-huh.
dispose of it normally, because it doesn't want to get any bigger. And then when you start trying to lose weight, you can kind of cut back. But those strongman people, they're like, I don't know, they're like bred differently or something, like 7 feet, 400 pounds, like 2% body fat.
Yeah,
Like that's not normal. That's
mental.
that's
Yeah.
like your family's been like throwing logs their whole life, you know, like those what's those Scots or whatever, they have the log throwing thing.
Right, right. Yeah, it's incredible. This guy's picking up cars with their legs and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, like
leg pressing cars.
that's beyond gym, man. That's
Yeah,
that's beyond the
yeah,
gym. I don't know how you do that.
it's true. Oh,
What
that's
is
nuts, man. I didn't know you were eating that much food. That's crazy. Did it make you feel like kind of sick of food to consume 6,000? How much you said?
Yeah,
Seven
you
thousand
kind
calories?
of, yeah, you have to get creative. Like I would, about half of those calories came from shakes. So what I would do is I would blend a stick of cream cheese in all of my protein shakes
Yeah.
just to get the
Wow.
calories.
Yeah, interesting. And is cream cheese good for you or something? Or
No, it's just was the cheapest way to get like very like
yeah,
just the cheapest way to get fat into my
right,
diet. I transitioned
right,
to the
right,
coconut
right.
milk, and then that was far better for
Yeah,
me. So I
yeah,
would
that's
drink a
good.
can of coconut milk. I drink half the can in the morning and half the can at night because I think the coconut milk can is like 800 calories or something. You know, like the
Wow.
actual like the coconut water one, but the one that actually has all the cream and milk inside.
Mhm.
And that one I think was like 800 calories. So that's what I would drink. I would drink half in the morning, half at night,
Good.
extra 800 there, and then I would eat. I probably ate. Gosh, it was there. Yeah, you get sick of food. I eat about six, 6 to 8 times a day, depending on like what I was making. So I do
Hmm,
about
hmm.
700 calorie meals. Be like a 50 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and 10 grams of fat. Usually somewhere around that mark.
Yeah,
And I'd eat
that's
it
good. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't eat more than I found about 700 calories and
in a
have it sit
meal.
right in a meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It it's. I mean, like when you're I guess when you're younger, you can do all kinds of amazing things with your food intake, but
Oh
yeah, like
yeah.
now it's very difficult. Last night we went to get sushi at this place that we like out here in
Yeah.
the a couple times over, and I got like three. You know they have rolls like the spicy chicken roll where they kind of cut it up. It's not very big. It's like probably the size of like maybe a hand roll and a half. So I ate two
Okay.
of those. So like three hand rolls, like that
Sweet.
temaki, right? You know the ones that are kind of
Yeah.
look like cones. I ate three of
Uh,
those, and I was like, wow, I am full. Like this is I think enough. When normally
right.
I would have gone to like the hyakuen, the 100 yen sushi, right, place in Japan, and it would have
Uh,
gotten like 30 plates, you know.
yeah.
That was like the me at age 25, you know, or 20, 25, 20, 22, 23 probably actually.
Yeah. Just full on. Yeah.
Yeah, I just eat.
Those are the
I would
days.
just nonstop, and that was normal. Like that would be like, all right, just that's lunch, you know. Then go out
Yeah.
and have a buffet for dinner because I paid like I paid per plate for lunch, so I'm gonna have an all you can eat for dinner. And
Yeah.
and now I don't even like my mind um eating like at a buffet is I don't even want to because I would rather eat good food than like a whole bunch of subpar food.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Although I do like yakiniku.
Yeah, yeah, is
Yakiniku
good.
kind of stuff is great.
But that's
All you can eat.
that's good. That usually that's good food. It's not like it's all rubbish meat that they're giving you. I feel like at that
Oh
that
no way.
that place you're not getting like super crappy meat. You're getting like at least okay. Okay, I found him.
Right.
Mike O'Hearn. I'll send you uh his name so you can go look him up.
That's the
Mike
Welsh guy.
O'Hearn. No, no,
Oh.
he's American, but he's an actor, and
Or
he's like super strong. Like it's ridiculous.
ah.
Like normally you look like on the off season, most bodybuilders look kind of like fluffy. This
Oh,
guy,
fatter.
yeah, this guy year round
Yeah.
looks cut. Like unless he's only posting pictures of like his 2 months of looking lean throughout the whole year, every day on
Yeah.
his Instagram feed,
Yeah.
like he's like, because I used to follow bodybuilders and I know how they look off season. They look, I mean, their arms are still lean, but they're like, you can tell they're eating like ridiculously
Yeah.
amount of food. But this guy, he said,
Caloric surplus.
yeah, this guy is
And then
pretty
just
much,
cut into the competition.
he's year round. He's like year round lean. He doesn't compete. He just trains people to lift. He trains people to, he calls it power bodybuilding or power building. Yeah,
Yeah. That's probably healthier, huh?
yeah, I would
Than just
think so.
fluctuating like that every year.
Yeah, I mean,
And
fluctuating
but I
like
don't
80
know.
pounds a year, it's
I
kind of
mean,
nuts.
so he's sitting there at one of these super low body fat percentages
Well,
too all
not
year, like
super low, like
6%
probably
or
around,
something.
he looks like he's probably on, yeah, like 5 to 8.
Yeah, I don't know if that's healthy though, right? I
Well,
guess
they,
I guess it depends how much muscle right? If you're really muscular, then maybe you're okay at a lower
yeah.
body fat percentage, right?
Well, to be honest, I believe that most of that has to do with genetics. So
Okay.
you can train yourself like to be at maybe 7 to 9%, like just below 10. Once you're sub 10, you can see mostly everything, right? Most of your abs are out as long as you're flexing, and then your arms will be cut up. But
10's pretty lean, right?
yeah. So 10 is pretty much what most people think of when they think of someone who's ripped. Because anything below that is like when you're that shredded, most people think that's gross. Like the pictures on the bodybuilding magazines where they're all veined and like most people
like
would
an
think,
anatomy class.
yeah, most people think that's kind of gross. So once that's like 2% body fat or less, maybe even 1. But I believe this
They're
guy
dead
walks
at
around at
1.
probably like 8 to 9. And
Yeah,
I think
that's good.
some people can do that and still build muscle because that's just their genetics. But I believe you can. I mean, I used to be a fat kid, so you can
Oh, yeah, me
probably
too.
train your body to sit at a lower body fat. It has to be something that's gradual, and you have to stay there for a while. Like for me, this is pretty much how I was after college. I never changed very much. So my body's used to this now. Like I said, the standard deviation is now here. This is my standard deviation. This is me on the normal distribution curve of what my body looks like. It would take a lot of poor choices in food and further decline in exercise for me to get worse. But as long as I kind of keep doing what I'm doing, I'll probably stay the same until age, when I'm mid 40s, when everything else starts falling apart. Then I might have to increase a little bit more exercise and get a little cleaner on the food. But I think I'll be okay for now.
Yeah. Well, you said you do 50 squats at a time. And then you do that like 5 times a week or something?
Every day.
Every day. So that's like 350 squats a week or something.
Yeah. I mean,
that'll do it.
Some days if I'm really feeling it, I'll do 100.
There you go.
Yeah. So I just do those things to keep. If I had a pull-up bar or anything, I would pull ups, but I don't have anywhere to do pull-ups that I feel safe. So.
Oh yeah, you got to set those things up right, otherwise you break your nose.
Yeah. So I would do pull-ups because I think that's probably the best upper body workout.
Yeah.
But push-ups are the alternative right now. They're all I got. So
yeah, push-ups are good. Yup.
What about you? Well, how's your workout going?
Oh, I've just been, doing the same thing. I was telling you last time. Once I'm going through, so back and buys on. Oh, so I'm doing back and buys on one day, chest and tries, then a shoulder day, and I'm doing abs like 4 times a week. But I have a legs day, and that's it. So rotating it. So it's really like 1.5 per week, right? Because I end up in there about 5 days out of the week.
before exercises?
Yeah. Oh no, that's 5 different things. Yeah.
Oh.
So about an hour in there. And the real breakthrough I've had recently is training that with my heart, right? So I watch my heart rate,
Mhm.
and as soon as I see it drop below 100, then I hit my next set. But I won't do a set until my heart rate is returned to normal. So I almost feel like what I'm doing that is perhaps more important is sort of retraining my parasympathetic nervous system,
Mhm.
the part that's calming you down.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's been great. I'm really able to recover pretty fully within 2 minutes usually.
Oh, that's good.
And, yeah, I'm pushing myself where it's like there'll be a set in there where I'm doing something between a 3 and an 8 rep max. And my heart rate goes up to about 155. So it's really stretched out my time though. What I used to do in 15 minutes now takes me an hour.
Hey, that's okay. You're rebuilding.
Yeah. Right. And most people are like that, right? They're sitting there doing stuff on their phone, then they do their next set, 5 minutes between sets or something, right?
Yeah, everyone
So
is on the powerlifting mentality.
yeah. But
Full
then
rest.
the real bread and butter for me is what I'm doing right now is walking. I'm walking over 50 miles a week.
Whew. You're doing
So like
almost 10
yesterday, I
miles a
put in
day.
10. Well, I put
Wow.
in 10 yesterday. Some days I'll, depending if my legs feel sore or whatever, I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
overtrain myself.
Overdo
Yeah.
it. Right, right, right.
Yeah. So a lot of, and then very strict calorie counting with the app. So I can just scan everything in and, hitting my macro goals within a percent or two every day, you know,
Yeah,
making
that's
sure I
so
have
good.
enough sodium. Sodium's huge, right? Like I was telling you before, actually almost all the water I drink has some salt in it,
Uh-huh.
just so that I want to consume about 3,500
Okay.
milligrams of sodium per day,
Mm-hmm.
which is a bit above the normal recommendation. But because I'm on this low carb diet, it's kind of just salt in, salt out. So that's the point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Potassium and everything like that, like very, keeping it dialed in. It's a
I
little
like it.
difficult actually to hit certain things like iron and calcium without supplementing
Mm-hmm.
and still, maintaining the macros and calorie count. So I end up supplementing iron and calcium, but not every day. And then looking at my weekly average to hit the goals. I can't hit
Mm.
it on a day by day basis. I'm always either long or short on, not long or short, that's stocks. About over or under on calcium and iron,
Gambling.
but stuff like that, trying to get real detailed. And I started into probiotics.
Oh
So I
yeah,
think
those
a
are good.
sublingual, yeah, I got one that would have the most diverse range
Mm-hmm.
and as a sublingual, and then
Oh.
prebiotics with my food, which is just
Mhm.
fibers.
Right, right.
Yeah.
To get the food for the probiotics, the bacteria to kind of have to
Right.
to make more, I don't know, reproduce, if that's what the word is.
Yeah, and I felt funny for a couple of days, to tell you the truth, after starting the probiotic prebiotic regimen. But
So
feeling good
yeah,
now. So
and when your body is very so the funny part, right, about like nutrition and doing what you're doing, you have um normally, like if someone were to just start taking these probiotics and prebiotics, they probably wouldn't notice anything. To be quite honest, those probiotics and prebiotics would probably just right through them and just die. But when you have a very controlled environment that is conducive to those types of I guess we'll call them nutrients for
really?
the lack of a better term, there is a big difference, right? It's like having it's like how when you go to the gym once a month, nothing happens, versus when you go to the gym 5 times a week, stuff happens. So you're in
Yeah.
that stuff happens zone now, because I feel like a lot of products that I used to I used to test out products like supplement products for companies. Like when I was back in
Mhm.
Japan, I would
Really?
do. That's why I would post YouTube videos and stuff before a long time ago. I don't even think I have access
Really?
to the channel anymore, but I used to
Oh,
post videos and stuff, right? On like how certain products. I would do reviews of like doing a month of like a certain product,
like protein
and
shakes and stuff, or
every protein shakes.
wow.
I take like a lot of GLUT 4. GLUT 4 is one of the uh new not nutrients, but one of the receptors that muscle cells and well any cells use to push uh or to push sugar into cells without using insulin. So I tested a lot of those kinds of products, glucose disposal agents, which help you get glucose from the bloodstream into the muscle, so you have like better workouts so that your muscles can be full of glucose when you get into the gym. Pre-workout
Right.
shakes. I mean, that's why at the end I started making my own because like I realized that a lot of these different products would have like I would know how each one would make me feel, so I could go and like kind of say, hey, so I'm gonna put more beta alanine in this one. I need more creatine for this week. You'd have different
Yeah.
things where you would kind of manipulate it. But
Yeah.
unless you have like a set regimen and a set nutrition plan, whenever you take these supplements, they don't help you unless you have these things already created, like this set diet plan, right? This set workout plan, this set lifestyle plan. The supplements that people take, like this miracle pill, right? It's not gonna work. I mean, honestly, it's not gonna work. But the way you take them, they work because you have all the so-called, bricks laid out for your foundation, so you can start building. And these things become like people mostly just call them garbage, right? They're like, like supplements. Most of them are like just a joke, but they're not if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, like I exercise and have the things built in as a regime. I'm not saying like for me, if I took stuff like that, it'd probably be useless. I'll be honest. I need to have a much better, like I need to have a much better diet to take advantage of those types of things. Like all the crap I went out to eat last night, right? I had before
Yeah.
before we sat down and record, I wanted to go to Dairy Queen. When I was young, when I was in elementary school, there's a Dairy Queen in Wahiwa,
Oh
and
yeah, I used to eat at Dairy
every
Queen when I was a kid too, and I was
yeah,
obese.
and I would say not every month, but like every other month or so, my mom would take us to Dairy Queen, get an ice cream and like an onion rings or something. Now I am here in Texas, and there are Dairy Queens everywhere, and I've never been to one yet because no one likes Dairy Queen except me. And so today, before this podcast, I went to Dairy Queen and I got myself a medium fry and an ice cream.
A Blizzard?
No, just a plain ice cream.
Oh man, I used to eat those at least once a week. My mom would take me to go eat the it was a chicken sandwich meal with the Blizzard, and I would get
Oh,
the chocolate chip cookie dough on chocolate ice cream for my Blizzard.
oh boy.
I was a big boy.
Yep. I'd be
Yeah.
a much bigger person too, but I got that, and so like for if I was in tune like you were and I got that, I would be feeling like complete rubbish right now because my
Oh yeah.
body is pumped full of all this rubbish anyway. I feel normal. So that's kind of like what I mean by when people are taking supplements like you are, like every little thing, like the leucine being added and how that has a meaningful effect on your um could be physique, mental status, your overall well-being. People who don't have that set up like you do won't have any of those results. Like me, if I took those things, be worthless, be useless to me. I mean, I might
Oh yeah.
maybe
Well,
my
it's it.
body will notice, but my overall well-being will not be changed at all, other than like the placebo effect, if anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the best part. That's the best part of it, though.
Placebo effect.
Is the kind of experience. Like, okay, I'm trying to do the right thing for myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Well, that's the driver.
yeah, it kind of goes from there. Yeah, it goes
That's the
from there.
driver.
And actually,
Yeah.
it's like and the end goal is within sight at any moment, right? Instantaneously you can make the right and wrong decisions, right? So, and there's a multitude of right decisions, which is really nice. You know, there's so many different things to eat, and
I've
it's like,
never.
oh,
Oh, that's good. I've never heard it that way.
well, it's like there's all this aversion that I've always had to like counting calories, because I felt like anything that sort of got in that way of, I think it's like a kind of primal urge, right, to eat, right? And so anything that like complicated that process or whatever, it was like I just block it out of my mind, right? I didn't want to imagine doing that because it's cumbersome. It got in the way of like something I need to do to basically survive, right? But in reality, it makes it even more meaningful.
Right.
And then the fact that, oh gosh, when I could eat anything I want, I just choose junk and kind of just whip it together as fast as I could, whatever, crackers out of a box or whatever. And food didn't really taste as good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, food is so delicious when it's like in the right amount of it. It's so good, you know? And then I think it's probably because I'm doing a high fat, low carb diet, but hungry all the time. Spent so much more time out of each day being hungry when I just ate whatever I wanted. And I was like hitting, for me, a good weight is like around 160, right? I was hitting 200 pounds, you know? So
kind of big.
it's kind of, yeah, it's sort of the opposite of what I was thinking, right? Oh, this is, you know, my fear about fixing that. But honestly, this is like the maybe fourth or fifth time I've done this to myself, of getting overweight and then getting back into it and getting out of it, pulling myself up. So, you know,
I hope this time it sticks.
I know. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like I just bounce back every time. I mean, like I said, when I was a young kid, I was obese. And then at around 10, I went to this, it was a summer program up in Clinton, New York at Hamilton College. So I went there, staying in a dorm over the summer. And then they had a cafeteria and you could kind of eat whatever you want. I didn't think you could eat as much as you want, but you could choose. And I was a picky eater, and they had pizza. And I ate pizza
every day
for dinner. Every day, like 2 slices of it or something, right? And it was maybe a half-mile walk between the dorms and the cafeteria and the classroom. So I had, you know, quite a number of whatever 15-minute walks or something, not even, right? 10 12-minute walks, maybe, like, you know, we'd go to the, you know, go to breakfast and go to class and then go back, eat lunch, and then go to class again, and then walk back to the dorm and then walk to dinner or whatever. So it was a few miles a day. And I remember looking at a picture from like before and after that summer. Oh, totally, just dropped it off and became like, you know, normal, healthy weight, like that. Wow. With no conscious decision about I want to lose weight, just you know, on a program. I was focused on learning about history and social studies and stuff like that.
That's, I guess that's just like what you're doing right now. That just shows the power of just getting up and moving, getting places without a car.
Yeah. It was easy. The last time I did this, because I lived in Waikiki, so it's so horrible finding parking and everything like that. I just going to the beach or whatever, so easy. The beach is right there. I have my board, so I'd carry my board, whatever, 15 minutes from my condo to the surf, you know, go surf or whatever. And then I worked at Ala Moana, or I'd work on the other side of Waikiki, depending on where I was working. And so I'd just walk to work, right? What is it? Half an hour or something. No big deal. Yeah, so totally. That's case in point, right? And then it's like, oh yeah, that would be a huge, like, solve a couple of human population problems right there. Not in terms of reducing the population, but in terms of you know, lack of health, and then also like fossil fuel and climate crisis and everything. I think you hit on something big. people should walk around more, right?
I think so. I think that would be a huge um, kind of change in, and I think that's why, not to change topic on like age, but like when
No.
you retire,
Mhm.
I think that's one of the main thing that goes. You wake up, you go move from your bedroom to your living room, you sit down, you go from the TV room to the kitchen, and then to the bathroom. I mean, that's it. Like unless you're
Yeah.
going out and like walking, or you and your friends, have some kind of active hobby, that's like everyday activity. You might go out like to the week on the weekend to drive somewhere and then walk to the restaurant, but
Right.
and then at that point, like, wow, your body just already in like, oh, am I like dead already? Like,
Mhm.
what's happening? Like for walking, and that's probably the best analogy is when you're walking, you're going somewhere, and when you stop
Mhm.
walking, your body might think you're not going anywhere.
Right.
That might not be a good thing for evolution, for anything, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
For evolution. Right. Right. What would be the consequences if, I guess we'd all develop bigger butts or something, right? I mean, to sit on, be more comfortable.
Could be.
Smaller arms since we use remote controls and cell phones and whatnot.
I think what was that thing that there was? I watched this really, really, like, how they have like the worst anti-smoking videos, like commercials, and there was this
Mhm.
picture of like this like grotesque alien, like
Mhm.
extremely long fingers, smoking with like three lungs and like super thin lips, and they said this is what we will evolve into if we smoke one pack of cigarettes a day. Like it just showed this like super like murky looking alien whose skin was like covered with like layers of um membrane to stop
Oh
all
yeah.
the smoke from getting to the skin, and then like eyes were had like 3 4 like levels of lids to stop the smoke from getting into the eyes, and
How
like
great
this.
would that be? Yeah, and then you just never stop smoking.
Yeah, and that's what they were, the whole point of that thing was like, this is what happens if you keep smoking, guys. Like this is what
Oh,
evolution will give you.
wow. Looking forward to it.
And and like no, because it like you said, like when you like we just kept, we just sat down all day, like our office work people. I never saw Wally the movie, but I could
I haven't.
imagine like in Wally, like I think everyone is like sitting in a
Oh
chair
yeah,
and like experiencing
right.
VR, and that's it. And I
Wally.
just
No, I did
imagine
see
that.
that.
I
Yeah, I
think
can't quite remember the details, but
I just remember like pictures of like kids sitting in like a chair and then just wearing VR glasses. And that's like life. And that's
Mhm.
what they wanted. And robots would deliver them like their food or whatever. They wouldn't have to go
Mhm.
to the refrigerator. They wouldn't have to really do anything. And their chair was equipped with
Everybody
like
was fat.
everyone was fat.
Yeah,
And I just thought,
I do
is
remember
that
that.
what it's gonna be? Like, is that what it's gonna look like in the future?
I
Oh
know.
man,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, and I'm hopefully not too. And are you still doing any trades? Any trading, or are you kind of holding off right now,
Yeah.
keeping it?
No. I don't watch it as much lately,
That's
but
good.
yeah, no.
Can drive you
Same kind
insane.
of. I know it does drive me insane sometimes, but oh yeah, I check it every day. I make it, just a little bit, average in if I have a little extra cash. I still have a lot of positions that are, you know, have bled quite a bit. Yeah, so averaging down mostly still. Yeah. How about you? Any thoughts on the market?
Um, my thoughts aren't worth very much, but I was just gonna kind of talk about or ask you, did you hear about the new crypto exchange regulation that came out?
Oh no,
So the
is that a
SEC,
tax?
I don't know too much about it, but the SEC is trying to go after all these crypto exchanges. Because remember how I said you can make like 8%, 9% interest on stable coins So
Right.
on cryptocurrencies that are pegged to the value of the US dollar. And the
Mhm.
way that these crypto exchanges are making money, like BlockFi, Gemini, Coinbase, the reason why you can get so much interest is because they loan out your
Mhm.
assets, right, like a bank would, to other institutions who are taking out like higher debt loans, right? So maybe on a higher interest rate loan. So let's say they're paying you 8, but they're borrowing it out at like 12.
Mhm.
So that is, I guess, from the standpoint of the American Securities Exchange Commission, that is their definition of a securitization. So now they fall
Mhm.
under the rules of a security, and
Oh.
BlockFi has gotten sued by both the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission and 32 different states for a sum total of $100 million, and subsequently BlockFi has stopped paying interest on all of their U.S. customers' accounts because this is primarily a U.S. regulated or regulatory guideline, not the rest of the world, just the U.S. So I
Mhm.
thought that when this news came out, the coin market might be in trouble. But today, Bitcoin is up like 5, I think last I looked,
Unreal.
5%.
Risk on. Yeah.
Ethereum is up 7. So
Mhm.
I don't think the market cares anymore about anything that happened, right? It didn't isn't Canada like in some emergency like lockdown and that got established yesterday, and
Really?
Ukraine and Russia, they're still planning an attack sometime.
Why is Canada in the lockdown? My gosh, I'm not watching the news enough, is what I'm not doing.
Well, it's good. It doesn't matter, right? The market doesn't care.
Yeah, I saw Russell was up more than 2% last time I checked.
Right. So
I was like, okay.
Russia, which is historically a super volatile product, that the ETF, right? I think the ETF is like FXR, no, FX something. I can't remember what the ETF
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I know they're on the verge of invading Ukraine.
Right.
I
And
gather that much.
does the stock market care?
It did
Apparently not.
on Friday
It
or
didn't. Well,
whatever.
that's what people think happened, right? Who knows? It could just be algos adjusting, right? Because it's
Mhm.
expiration week this week, so they're adjusting their positions for expiration week, which is
Mhm.
Friday, right? Expiration for monthly and options are February 18th. So it could be just adjusting their positions. And it's just that there's so much news. But I'll give you this wonderful statistic that will help your long positions. 53% of the time, the market will close positive versus 47% of the time the market closes negative. So
Okay.
there is a 53% chance that tomorrow the market will be green when it closes.
That's a good thing, right?
So that is a good uh, positive note for all the people who are long stocks. Not real good for me because I'm right now.
What are you
Well,
short?
I'm a little bit short the Nasdaq here. I'm short
Oh,
MU, which got like a 5% like up today. I'm short
okay.
Square. I'm a
Oh
little
no.
bit. I'm a little bit. Well, Square. Amazingly, I'm still making money in Square, even though I'm short. My condor is close, but I'm still making money because I think the risk has come in. I'm
I'm
short.
long out of the money.
Oh, don't buy that extrinsic value. You need a quick and fierce move for that. I usually
Yeah.
only play those types of positions in like a day or no, like a 2-day trade. So I was short. I was long an XOP put spread. I was long like the 116, 110. And when it reached 20% max profit, I just sold it. So I sold it yesterday. I could have made more money today, but I could have lost my money today. So for
Mhm.
whenever I'm long premium, whenever I'm holding on the option premium, I usually make
Mhm.
it a quicker trade where I'm looking for 20%. If I'm short out of the money premium, then I usually hold it for at least 50% profit. But we're not talking stocks right now. I just was wondering if you were still actively going at it because there's there's a lot of news, but I think to be like based on like my last 2.5 years being like almost in the market every day,
Yeah.
the market does respond to news, but
Hmm.
it's only exemplified by like algos charts. So if something terrible happened, like let's say Nvidia
Well, it's
breached,
amplified. You're saying it's
yeah,
amplified.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right.
if
So
there's
once
a
they breach the 50
yeah,
day or whatever, then it
yeah,
drops out.
then it starts to like really get like, oh, what happened here? And just
All
like
the
today
moves
with
are
Nvidia,
exaggerated.
nothing happened in news for Nvidia. They lost the
But it
arms
broke
deal
support.
last week, right? They broke through
Yeah.
resistance, and now they're up like 8%.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It's good for me because I'm short.
Right.
I am short a 75 put. So it
Oh,
going from
perfect.
237 to 260 today definitely helped me out.
Yeah.
But
And hold.
yeah,
Still holding. Collecting
yeah.
premium. Great.
So I'm position made like $500 today. I was down. Granted, I was down like 2 grand, but heck, did that 8% move covered like 25% of my loss. I'm pretty happy about that. I
Good.
probably will end up holding it because
Yeah.
I think earnings is going to be good, but who knows? But I'm already kind of like gave up on that position right now, so I'm just holding it for fun, kind of.
Yeah.
There's some positions where you're just like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
I was happy to see this week that move in cannabis stocks,
oh
with
yeah,
the
finally.
sort of rhetoric about, this might be the year that they finally get banking. Yeah, I had Sundial.
So
Sundial just had that news too that they're not going to get delisted yet.
So I feel like this year, 2022, is going to be the year of the crypto and the year of the cannabis and the years of psychedelics. And that's primarily because I think they're going to get regulated. So once
Yeah.
something becomes regulated, then real money can
Institutional
buy
buyers.
it. Yeah.
Right.
And as much as people say that institutions are the smart money, institutions are the dumb money.
Yeah. Well, they're on the long-term plan, right?
Yeah. So
They're not swing trading.
no, they're not looking for opportunity. They're just looking for diversification. So they're not the money there is mainly meant, I feel like, to prop up the market. But I mean, who knows, right? To be honest, who knows anything really when it comes to this? Everyone knows everything, so nobody knows anything kind of mentality, right? So it's the price is what it is. And I feel like this year those three industries particularly will have a volatile but I think meaningful year, whatever that means to anybody.
Okay. So wait, name those again. You said
Crypto, cannabis, and psychedelics.
and EV.
No, psychedelics. EV
Psychedelics is the third.
Yeah.
What companies do psychedelics? I'm gone.
They're really small. So you gotta look kind of like how you found Sundial and stuff.
Oh, they do psychedelics?
No, Sundial doesn't do psychedelics, but the companies that do are really small. So you have to look.
So are there any tickers?
They're all in Canada.
Okay.
So once they become regulated, they will follow cannabis because I feel like that the treatments now for more of your anxiety, depression, like those really really intense mental disorders.
Right.
I believe they're going to start using, I don't want to say mushrooms, but that type of
psilocybin stuff.
Yeah, of medicine to work with these kinds of disorders. And when that happens, I mean, it's going to be like cannabis. It's going to be like a biopharmaceutical company, and they could go from 5 cents to $30 in like 10 minutes of them being announced, because they're like, what is this?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, so it's volatile, but also it'll be another place for traders to kind of look into and finally give like a little bit of edge. Because I don't know if you ever remember penny stocks and like the craziness there. But now with the
same thing.
market how it is, it's really difficult to find those things. So I think that if you now is a time where like small investors can make big gains based on charting patterns and more of a natural kind of where you're looking and you're digging in like the smaller nooks and crannies of the internet to make for investment and actually have an investment that goes from like $1 to $30, kind of a deal versus
So cool.
versus like I mean, unless it's like a GameStop or something, right? Like for the most part, a lot of those super explosive investments, I mean, you can't really find them. That's why people are always say, like, invest in the index funds, because you're going to make more money that way. The truth of the matter is you don't make more money that way. You preserve wealth that way. But if you really want to find like the ways to make like explosive money, then you have to go and like look into like charting patterns, look into what the big algos are doing, and then look into what potentially has the most 10x growth. And that's the in my eyes,
that's it.
Cannabis and the psychedelics, and then cryptocurrency, because of its regulatory implementation, whichever coins survive, those are the ones that harness all the money that come in. And then once they figure out how to value this stuff, I mean, it's like what I think I said before, like I'm pretty sure Bitcoin has a strong floor of 20,000. If it's below 20,000, you'll be sure that the regulators and all the other people who manage like all securities will start to weigh in and say, Bitcoin on like whatever valuation is worth 30,000, and then boom, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up, because they're going to be like, well, it has to be worth this much because there's like $30 billion of balance sheet assets that'll disappear if not. And if those $30 billion of balance sheet assets disappear, pension funds are going to go bankrupt. So we have to somehow make this product worth this much money. And they'll do it in whatever market manipulation they can. I mean, it's not legal, but it's also at this point, it's like the big, not the Big Short, but too big to fail mentality. They're going to have to do something. There's too many dominoes that are going to fall if this one domino falls. So
interesting.
I mean, those are just theories, but I honestly think that that's how it'll play out. And that's why I bought crypto. That's why I have crypto in my portfolio, because I want to figure it. I just want to watch it. What's that in the back of you?
Well, I don't know. My neighbor's fence here. They've got some Pele's hair coming from the fence.
I was gonna say. Makes a good backdrop.
Well, right. I know. I should shoot videos right here, huh?
It gives it texture, especially with the sky in the back. It's much better than this blurry white.
No, I like your background. That's cool. Well, anyway, we're a little bit past our normal time, so I gotta let you go.
And then looking forward to
next week. Oh yeah, the link. Got it. Okay. Last week I didn't send it, huh? I'll send both of them over to you. Okay, sure thing. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Shoot.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Dudes, you too. Bye-bye.